live edition of Team Forever Pink Live. Kyle, Shelly,
so
and Julie here. Say hi, Julie.
Hi.
So we're going to jump right in. First thing, I wanted to give a shout out to Megan Huddleston for taking the calendar challenge last week. Yay! I'm sure more of you did, but she posted her calendar on the team page and then gave a follow-up today and said how great it was working, how many palpitations she's having while she's posting and following up with these people. But that's sometimes what it takes, is to feel a little bit Shelly was just making that comment today when she was following up with people about our big Kansas City event. She's like, I smiled.
Want to throw up a little bit, and then it was all good.
Yeah, but she didn't throw up. She didn't throw up. Nothing bad happened. It was all just good stuff.
Got some good responses, too.
Yeah, exactly. So awesome job, Megan. Great work. Julie, did you have anything that you wanted to say? Really?
I have two girls in Kansas City right now, Savannah and Sarah, who are putting together their own teamed up to be power partners within our team. And Sarah, especially, she's kind of, I think, naturally shy, but she's doing a really good job of stepping out of her comfort zone. She's going to have a play date with a girl we went to high school with, who I don't think actually been good friends with, but she's going to have her over for a play date and try and sneak in some Plexus talk. So that's exciting. I'm really, I think so much of this business, you hear the Diamonds talk about, is you have to become a different person. You have to work on your weaknesses and develop yourself to be successful. And if, shyness is one of the things that gets to you, or feeling like you're bugging people, and you just have to turn off that give a hoot.
Definitely.
Then that's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do. That's awesome. Great job, ladies. That's so awesome. Very cool. Well, real quick announcement, just before Julie gets started tonight. Next week, we're going to have our very own Sapphire, Talina Shepard, on the call, and she's going to go over compensation plan. She's going to talk about how we get paid, why we get paid, kind of figure out and muddle through all that for us. It's going to be awesome. Obviously she's totally taking advantage of that compensation plan right now. So
it's a lot.
She's going to be a great one to listen to and learn from. So we're really looking forward to that. So tune in next week for our Sapphire sit down with Talina.
I like it. I like it. It's awesome. All right. Should I go?
You can go.
I'm going to start tonight. We're going to talk about, sorry, can you hear that in the background? You hear background?
No.
Okay, good. My bird is tearing up a box and it's really loud to me. Anyways, I'm going to talk about how, I'm going to talk a little bit about Block, but I'm going to post a video that explains it way better than I could in pretty good detail after the call. But I want to talk about what to suggest to your potential customers and how to approach them. So say you've got somebody interested and they're ready to go. They just want to know, what is going to be best for them. So that's when you kind of have to ask questions, lots and lots of questions. Are they on any medications? What does their natural diet look like? What are they eating every day? Do they drink water? Because you need to be able to set realistic expectations. We do not sell magic weight loss pills, thank goodness, because those are all no good in my experience. We sell plant-based health supplements that help balance your body so that you can naturally lose weight. Part of that is going to mean listening to your body and changing some of your food choices. And that will kind of happen on its own, but only if you're kind of in touch with your body and actually listening to it. That's also going to involve drinking half your body weight in ounces of water every day, because a huge part of our products is a detoxing effect. It's literally getting the toxins out of your body. It'll kill them off, but if you're not going to the bathroom, then they're just going to kind of recirculate and make you feel really sick. And that's what a lot of people experience, is called die off. There's a great document under the files tab about die-off that you can send your customers who are taking the ProBio and BioCleanse. But I think it's really important to tell people, you know, you're not going to drink this magic pink drink and start melting away. Sometimes that does happen, and it's incredible when it does, but I think most of the time people are in a little bit of work and at least drinking the recommended amount of water and slowly changing their diet habits. So usually when I get people who are interested, I say, what are your top 3 goals? Do you want weight loss? Do you want energy? Do you want overall health? And usually those are the top 3. If they are on a budget, I will usually I suggest the triplex for almost everybody, especially anybody with autoimmune disorders or weird symptoms. You know, I'll sometimes ask them, like, what symptoms are you experiencing? You have headaches, you have trouble sleeping, stuff like that, because that's all going to be helped by the ProBio BioCleanse Slim combination. It's going to help the 3 main causes that we talk all the time about, which is gut health, chronic inflammation, and blood sugar instability, to help get those under control. If you have somebody who's like, yeah, I just want to let health business, I just want to be skinny for my sister's wedding, right? At first, I was suggesting either Accelerator or Boost, but I've had some kind of interesting responses. People either really, really like Accelerator or Boost, or they really don't. So for me, the safer route to go, just to get them to see quick results in a way that's not going to give them jitters or any kind of, you know, so everybody's going to react to those 2 differently. I would say try Block and Slim. Block, most people with weight issues have sugar carb addictions. Most people in general have sugar carb addictions. So I think that Block is going to help them see quick results without any weird jitteriness, because Accelerator and Boost do have stimulants. They're only products with stimulants in them. So, and if cost is, try either Block as a standalone, which, you know, I would much rather see them do Slim Block, but even Block and ProBio 5 is going to help get their sugar addiction in check with the probiotic, and then help to block whatever they're still eating. Keep in mind, if you do suggest Block, if they're already on some crazy low carb diet, you don't really want to block the limited amount of, you know, if they're eating paleo and they're eating mostly vegetables and protein, it's not going to do them a lot of good. So keep that in mind. And if they do want to try Slim or Accelerator, or I'm sorry, Boost or Accelerator, try getting them to buy one of each of the trial packs and see which one they like better, so they're not stuck with a big bottle. Yes, we have a 60-day money-back empty bottle guarantee, and it's amazing, but I'd rather them not have to return it and just say, well, I liked this one better than. So when you're trying to help somebody decide, like I said, overall health and weird symptoms, you want to do triplex every time. If money's an issue, try Slim up by itself or ProBio BioCleanse by itself. If they want the fast weight loss, I would try Block Slim. And so just really quick, for people who want to try Accelerator, it's going to be really good for people with anxiety in it, which is an amino acid that helps create kind of a calming sense and regulatory mood. It helps regulate mood. So Accelerator is great for that. It also is really good with the Slim to help with weight loss. Some people love it. Other people are like, oh, that made me feel weird. I love it. I love Accelerator. Boost is going to be for people who like, basically, to me, like a pre-workout replacement. There is a lot of nasty stuff in most of those pre-workout drinks. I mean, just junk in those pre-workout drinks. And Boost is going to give you that same, like, caffeine. It doesn't have caffeine, it has yerba mate, but it's going to give you that same, like, kind of feeling that you like. It's going to increase your metabolism. And the one thing I would say with Boost and Accelerator, make sure you're telling people to not take extra caffeine with it, because it's going to give them racing heart, palpitation-y type feelings, and that is scary and does not feel good. Make sure they're not going to drink caffeine with it. Make sure they take especially Boost with a meal and not just like a piece of toast, like eat a substantial meal with it so you don't get those reactions also. And again, just tons and tons of water. And this is just me personally, Boost being a thermogenic heats you up to take it before night shift because it would get so cold, and I wasn't cold anymore on night shift. I didn't have to run around in a bunch of layers. So if it's somebody who's going to be like running out in hot heat or doing hot yoga, I would maybe not take Boost for that. So that's Boost and Accelerator. Block, I learned some really cool things tonight, and like I said, I'll post a video about it some more. But Block is way more than just a carb blocker, fat burner. Okay, the white kidney bean extract does help to slow the absorption of starch and sugar. It actually lowers the glycemic index of the way your body responds to foods. So foods that are high glycemic index, like white bread, white potatoes, white rice, white anything, is going to make your blood sugar shoot up after it's entered into your body. So it actually paralyzes the enzymes that help to break sugar. So instead of the enzyme like breaking down, every video I see they do this. Instead of breaking down the starches in the sugar, it just lets it pass through your body. So that's cool. Also, it helps minimize free radicals and oxidative stress, which is also very important to our bodies. The NC2, which is basically like seaweed, helps to block the sugar absorption. This is really good stuff for diabetics. If you have somebody who's a diabetic, just give them Slim and Block and see what happens, because that's going to be amazing for them. I mean, tell them to kind of start slow, because you block that much % of their sugar intake and they could have pretty interesting results with their blood sugar levels. Also, I know I harp on cancer all the time, but cancer loves sugar, and you are not able to absorb all of that sugar that's going to go straight to those cancer cells. That's really good for cancer patients. Also, the Block contains iodine in the NC2, and iodine is also really important for cancer patients, but it also helps people with thyroid issues, hormone imbalances, PCOS, fibrocystic breast tissue, prostate problems, and autoimmune disease and diabetes. So Block is an amazing product. It's so much more than blocking fat. It can help a lot of people with a lot of different things, and it's not necessarily just a cheat meal thing. Like, it's something you could take every day and really benefit from. So yeah, I think that's about all I have. And Block, okay, so it also, you know, as the white kidney bean and seaweed expand in your stomach, it does kind of act as an appetite suppressant because it kind of blows up. I get the question all the time, does Block make you poop your pants? And no, it doesn't. It's not like a laxative. I've never heard anybody complain of that with Block. The Slim and the ProBio, maybe a little bit, because it is detoxing. Just drink more water. It'll slow down. It'll even out. I mean, to me, it's kind of like the burn says it's working, like the mouthwash. So if you're having a lot of symptoms, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means you need to drink more water, but it definitely means you got some junk going on in your body that needs to get out. And if you're not drinking enough water and going to the bathroom, then it's not going to come out. It's going to make you feel terrible. And if it's all coming out at once, then praise Jesus, hallelujah. Okay, that's all I got.
That's awesome.
Thanks,
Julie. I love how you put it, and I love what you say every time. It's like perfect.
You catch me at the end of the day when I'm a little loopy, so.
Well, you know.
I didn't know all those cool things about
I'm kind
Block.
of all weird, so.
Yeah, and I can definitely attest to everything that you've said about each of those products, because I've taken all of them at different times, and I've experienced the fun, not so fun, you know, Boost with caffeine, and I've experienced
Boost on an empty stomach.
Boost on an empty stomach was it was
on fire.
It was enlightening. So yeah, all good things to learn about and recommend to your customers and your new ambassadors so that they're not learning the hard way. So, you know, you live, you learn also. So a few of the things that we wanted to talk about tonight are more about training and getting you on the road, like we talked last week, on the road to gold. So thing number one tonight is going to be events. Events are on a spectrum. They're on a huge spectrum. And one of the easiest events that you can do is just having coffee with a friend. You're like, oh, having coffee with a friend, that doesn't sound like an event. Well, it is. Just inviting your friend out for coffee is an event. You can also host an event at your house, a sip and see. I'm sure you've seen those called. Or we have an online sip and see or a virtual sip and see that is incredible. And I've got the script for that. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in doing, if you've never been involved with one, there's one going on like every week by somebody on our team. So get invited to that and check it out. If you want to look over the script and host your own, it's super easy. All you do is create a Facebook event, and then on the night of the event, you just post a post in the event every 5 minutes, and then people like and comment on it. And all your only responsibility is to invite a bunch of ambassadors and a bunch of potentials to that event, and then they get all their questions answered, and they learn a lot about our products in a very pajama-friendly kind of way. You know, you just sit on your couch with your laptop and you look at the event and you learn, and then you ask questions. It's amazing. So we've had really good response to those as well. But if you're going to invite people to a face-to-face event, whether it's coffee or sip and see or dinner, be genuine with your reason for inviting them. If you are truly wanting to catch up with them and you hope Plexus might come up, then just invite them and go to dinner and have fun. If you think that this person needs to be on your team or needs the products or needs to know about Plexus, then be honest with them up front and say, hey, we haven't gotten together in a while, and I really think that you would be amazing at this business. Could we get together for coffee next week, and I could tell you all about it? You know, like, just be upfront about it so that they're not caught off guard and they're like, okay, I thought we were going to have coffee, crazy lady. Because you don't want to blindside.
Crazy man.
Or crazy man. I would never do that. So yeah, just be honest with your friends, because friendship obviously comes first. So you don't want to blindside your friends. Next topic would be goal setting. I know you kind of hear a lot about it. You see a lot of different leaders talking about it, but every time I talk about it, people are like, I don't really know what that means. I don't know how to set specific goals. So I like to think of goals on a continuum. There are goals that are your right now goals, or your attainable goals, or your must meet goals. And these are goals that you can definitely achieve in the time frame that you've set them for. So if you set a goal to go silver each month, that is a must-meet goal. That is something that you can do. Like, you can just do it. You know that you've got some people lined up, and you're going to have some meetings this month, and you're like, I got silver in the bag this month. Those are your must-meets. But then if you say you want to get 10 people this month, that's totally doable. I've done it. Shelly's done it. You know, it happens. If you want to do that, that's like a crazy, oh my God, that would be amazing goal. But it's not like, I got this one in the bag. So set your must-meet goals first. Set the goals that, even if it's just, I'm going to get 1 ambassador and 2 customers this month. That's your must-meet goal, and you got it. And then set going silver as your crazy, exciting goal. And then if you hit that, you're like, oh, let's throw a party, and it'll be amazing. But use that as a guide when you're setting your goals, so that you're not just kind of arbitrarily saying, oh, I want to get some people. You know, write them down, make them real, and make them attainable, so that you can celebrate those victories. But if you don't reach those goals, then reach up to your upline and let's talk about what we could do different, or what we could do next month, or what we could do next week to make it happen. But working this, isn't a lottery ticket. You don't just buy your ambassadorship and then boom, you're a sapphire. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. But what we really want to remember is that we're working really, really hard in the beginning, and the return on investment sometimes seems a little lean. It's like the guy pushing a boulder up a hill. He's pushing this giant boulder up a big hill, and you're putting in a lot of effort to get that boulder to the top of the hill. But then once the boulder reaches the top of the hill and you crest that peak, the boulder starts rolling and it starts going, and the work gets much, much easier, and it's less effort for the return. The ball's rolling faster and faster, and you're not having to push as hard at all. So just always remember that we all know that it feels like there's a lot of investment in the beginning for not so much return, but just remember that what you're doing now is laying the foundation for everything that's going to happen in the future. So really invest in all the knowledge that Julie's giving you about these products. Really invest in your customers and following up with them and making sure that they are having expectations set and goals set, and follow up with your ambassadors that are signing up on your team and making sure that they are getting the training that they need and they feel equipped to reach out to their customers and have success for themselves, so that their Plexus story continues to evolve and push their business in the right direction. Because that's definitely super important for having success in this business, is having your own story to tell about how the products have benefited you. So definitely you want to educate yourself and work on you all the while you're working your business. Ready to go.
Hi, I don't really talk very much. I'm going to branch out and I'm going to talk. So bear with me. Yay. All right. So everyone's goal, whether you're silver already or you're going silver, everyone should want to go silver each month. So getting those 3 ambassadors each month is always a great goal to have. So when you're looking for those people, the 3 new people to add to your team, we kind of wanted to talk about how you bring up the topic and how you talk to different kinds of groups. Like first you have your inner circle, your best friends, your friends, people that you see a lot and you talk to a lot. For them, you can just be super candid about it, like tell them, what you've been doing, talk about, like how you're feeling a lot, so that they ask more questions about what you're doing. Tell them why you love it, and why you think that they might benefit from all the different products, and be awesome at the business too, because you know these people, and of course you would want them to join your team. And then as far as like those dream team people that you maybe like your high school teachers or your coaches or people that you don't necessarily see all the time, those are your like outer circle people. Try shooting them that magic text or something like, hey, you've been on my mind lately. I really love Plexus. I love this, and I think you would love it too. You'd be great for, X, Y, and Z. And before you say no, let me tell you, there's no, like you have some no's. Like there's no buy-in. It's only $34.95. There's no inventory. You don't have to do parties. There's no deliveries, no monthly fees, no commitments, and kind of you can go into some of that, but some of the network marketing type stuff that people automatically are negative about. So, and tell them they could easily earn enough to get their products paid for, and that with their personality, their amazing personality, that they could do even a whole lot more. So I know Kyle and I have both used that magic text, and just trying to reach out to those people that we would really like on our team. And he's had some really great responses, and I've gotten a few that like, it's not right for me now, but then they still ask questions when I do see them, like, you're really not nursing much anymore? You only go to work 1 day a week. Like, that's from Plexus. And, you know, at least you asked them. And then when they see you and stuff, it'll probably get brought up. And at some point they might want to join you.
Right. It's all about planting those seeds and setting the foundation, you know, growing that relationship and letting them know that when they are ready, you're ready, and you believe in them and you're confident that they're going to succeed at whatever they put their effort into. And if you see that in somebody, tell them, you know, even if they don't join you, tell them. You know, people need to hear good things about themselves every day, because in our culture, it's just not something that's said. You know, we have negative things just slammed at us all day long. And you would be surprised the looks that you get if you compliment somebody, or if you tell somebody thank you that they weren't expecting it. Really quickly, like today, I got like 200 likes on that picture of the fruit stand at the grocery store, which was totally weird. But I did not expect that. But anyway, so I found the dietitian. I commented on it, but I ran into her over in the health food section of the grocery store. I see her all the time. But when I thanked her for doing that fruit stand, I was like, thank you for putting that out there and getting rid of the cookie thing that they do. Her eyes were like, she was like taken aback that I would thank her for something like that. And she's like, oh, yeah. No, totally. It makes me really excited to know that I'll see kids walking around with a banana instead of a cookie. And I was like, exactly. You know, and she was just, you know, I'm sure, I don't know if I made her day, but I'm just saying, like, she was not expecting to be thanked for putting that effort in and putting herself out there, you know, because her picture is right on the fruit stand, you know, so she put herself out there and said, we're doing this. So I doubt that she was expecting a thank you for it.
Was it Michelle?
Yeah.
She's on our dream team list.
Yeah, she's on our dream team list. But anyway, I digress. Just if you put some positive energy out in the universe, even if somebody doesn't join your team today, tomorrow, or next week, you're changing their life in a positive way and putting that energy into them, and they'll remember that. Whether it's Plexus related or life related, you're putting something into somebody that they can never go find on their own. So anyway, I'm getting metaphysical now.
I just posted my nurse recruiter too and tagged her and just said, you know, the more you can promote other people that are maybe even not on your team, but are doing some kind of at work, home business, you know, the more you promote other people, they're going to see that and give it back to you too.
Right.
Or ask you what you're doing.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I don't want to take up any more of everyone's evening. Julie, do you have any parting words?
Oh, I just, you know, I hate to take advantage of people being sick, but I did post about it on our page. I really do think that's a great either add to your list or find a way to, you know, maybe comment on somebody's page who you don't normally have anything to say to. If they post on Facebook that they're sick and they feel horrible, or their kid is sick, don't even say anything about Plexus. Just say, I'm so sorry you're sick. Is there anything I can do to help you? Or is there anything you need? Just start a conversation, because they're going to see that you care, that they're not feeling well. And maybe so you post something about how to boost your immune system, and they'll see that, you know, it's not sneaky. I mean, we want to genuinely help people be healthier. I don't want to see people sick.
Right.
So my 2 cents for today.
Yeah.
Every third post, people being sick.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, if he thinks it's funny, then it's definitely funny.
Definitely funny.
But yeah, you're definitely, I mean, you're leading the horse to water. I mean, they're posting about being sick, and you are putting the water right in front of them. And then if they drink, they drink, you know. And if they drink pink, it's even better. No, that was terrible. I'm sorry. I'm getting flustered. Anyway, we're going to call it a night. Shelly's getting embarrassed. But awesome. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Julie.
Bye.
Have a good night. And guys, stay forever pink.